guys, welcome back to Leopard Bookshop. Today we are on the second day of Advent of Code. In this video we are going to be doing part 1 and 2 of day 2 right here, so stick around for both. So let's go to the second day right here, and we're going to do the first challenge in this video. Once again, to save time, I will not go through this question. It is very long. That's part 2 right there. If you want the answer, it's right there, guys. But please do stick around for the explanation. So, read this question in your own time. You can pause the video here and just read it, because I'm going to skip straight on to the code. So, here's my code, guys. This is challenge 1. You can see right here, and we're just listing some variables at the top. We don't use these variables right here, but this is just so we sort of know it, so we don't have to keep switching back and forth between these two tabs. So, from the question, which I'm sure you have read by now, we have A, rock, B, paper, and C, scissors, and then X, Y, and Z correspond to the same. These variables down here we are going to use. You can see here, here, and here. And what these do, these are going to correspond to the score. You can do this question in multiple ways. You can find out what they play and then add up the score. Or you can do it the way I'm doing it, which is have all the scores set out and then just find out what they're using and then correspond that to the variable. So you can see AX is 4, AY is 8, and AZ is 3. And so on. These are the scores that you will get if you play this. Because, as we can see, if we go back here, if you play a certain shape, as this is called, you get 1 point for playing rock, 2 for playing paper, and 3 for playing scissors. And then you also get the score of the outcome of the round. 0 for a loss, 3 for a draw, and 6 for a win, guys. So let's go back to our code right here. Also, I've got a good tip for you here. This is for my test file. As you can see in all of these, it will give you a small example. It's very good to test your code before running it on the huge file that is given to you. It's always good to test it on this small file first, so you can just import that in. Let's come back to the code. We also want to set a score variable. That's going to be on 0 to start with. We want to do with open rps.text. That's this file right here. That can be called whatever you call as E. This letter can also be whatever. This, as I explained before, is just opening up the file, and here we're going to read the lines in 98. For every line, we're going to strip it. This gets rid of all those horrid /ns, and we're going to print the line. This is just showing us on screen. If I run this, you can see it prints the line. Now, here, this is long. As you can see right here, this is long. There are more compact ways to do this, if you like, but they are more complicated, and so for this video, I'm going to be using the simple method, but as you can see, it's quite long. How it works is it just goes if line equals AX, put an enter in there. So, AX, this is, you can see there's a space in between each one. So if it is AX, it will be A space X, which is what I've written here. Then, score plus equals, you can put score equals score plus AX, it is exactly the same. Score plus equals AX, that is a variable right there, and you can see you set it to 4, which is the correct score. Make sure you get these scores correct, guys, or this will not work. And this just continues. So you elif. Elif is the same as else if in other languages. Instead of making loads of ifs or else, you just write elif, elif, elif. Line equals a y, a z. So you go x, y, z, then change to b and then c and do the same there. And just put the variables as the same, guys. Then at the end, after this is all done, you just print the score. As you can see, it's been done right here. And that's all you have to do, guys. It's very simple. Like and subscribe for more, guys. Now we're going to be doing part 2 of day 2. You can see it's part 2 right here. So, again, read this challenge in your own time, but it's more or less like the last one. Let's get on to the coding. Cut this bit out in the video, okay? Cut this out. Make sure I'm on the actual thing. So this is challenge 2. So here's the code. It's more or less like the last one. We've got more or less the same variables, apart from, as you can see, x has changed to a. Sorry guys, a right here. And as you will have read from the question, x, y and z are now lose, win and draw. A, B and C are now rock, paper, scissors, because we can't use X, Y and Z for that because they're being used here. This also means that AA is now rock, for example. We've also added these variables. We've got their. This means their play. This is the first column. And we've got result. This is the second column right there. This is the second column, and this is going to be the result of the match, as you can see right there. Score is the same from the last round, and we've also got shape. This is the shape we're going to have to play to make that certain result come true, and this will be determined about the score, which is why we need this, because you get a certain amount of points per shape you play. So, again, we do all this as the same, stripping and opening read lines. If line is not blank, print the line, and then we do something different. There equals line, square bracket 0, result equals line, open brackets 2. So, when we run this, we can see we've still got all of these. Let's take CX, because there are a lot of those. In here, this is a table. Each one of these. Each line is split up into a table with 3 elements. C is one, the space is the other, and X is the final one. Tables start on 0. So if I wanted to get C from this table, I would put line 0. Line is the variable containing the table, and 0 is the spacing in it. Now, the reason why we put 2 right there is because we want the second character from the table. Their play is now contains the first letter, and the result now contains the second letter. Now, what to play? This part here determines which shape we play to make the result come true. If their play equals A and result equals X, AX, then shape equals C. This is because X is lose, A is rock, and so we must play C to lose, which is scissors, because rock wins over scissors. And this just continues. We use the LF strategy from before. This is an extended way to do this because this is more simple. There is a more compact way, but that is more complicated. That just continues right there. I've separated out with enters between A, B and C. The scoring section. This bit here is roughly the same as before, from challenge 1 down here. The only way it's different is AX is changed to AC. You've also got the change where instead of just one variable, you've got their play equals A and shape equals A, B, C, or A, B, C right here. And then you add it as before, score plus equals AA, AB, AC, etc. At the end, you just print score as before, and that calculates this number right here, which is the answer to this question. Please remember to smash the like, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a video.